Imagine a world without cranes, without machines, without lasers, without satellites, and without any form of modern engineering. A world where every single structure had to be planned by observation, carved by hand, and built using only human strength and basic tools. Now imagine massive stone structures being created with such extreme precision that even today's most advanced technology struggles to explain how they were made. Not just small temples or simple buildings, but entire underground complexes, astronomical monuments, submerged cities, and mountains transformed into architecture. How is that even possible? How did ancient civilizations achieve something that seems far beyond their time? How did they calculate angles, alignments, and cosmic patterns without modern science? And why do these structures still exist today, silently challenging everything we think we know about history? Because in India, there are places that should not exist based on our understanding of ancient human capability, but they do exist. And the deeper you explore them, the more reality starts to feel less certain. Let's begin this journey. In the western state of Gujarat lies one of the most extraordinary underground structures ever built by human hands. Rani Ki Vav. At first glance, it might look like an old stepwell, but as you descend into it, you realize it is something completely different. It is a multi-level underground masterpiece carved into the earth over 900 years ago. Rani Ki Vav is not just a water storage system. It is an architectural universe hidden beneath the ground. The structure goes deep into the earth with perfectly aligned steps leading downward into multiple levels. Each level is covered with thousands of carvings. You see gods and goddesses, divine figures, dancers, symbolic patterns, and detailed sculptures carved directly into solid stone. What makes this structure truly astonishing is not just its artistic beauty, but its engineering precision. The symmetry is perfect. Every section aligns with mathematical accuracy that suggests careful planning far beyond basic construction techniques. This is not random carving. This is structured design at a massive scale. Even modern engineers admit that recreating something like this today would require advanced tools, highly skilled labor, and significant technological support. And yet, this was built centuries ago, without cranes, without modern machinery, without computer-based planning, which raises a powerful question. Why build such an advanced and detailed structure underground? Was it only for water storage? Or did it serve a deeper purpose that has been lost over time? A purpose we no longer fully understand. Now we move forward to the eastern state of Odisha, where another architectural mystery stands that blends art, science, and astronomy into one structure. The Konark Sun Temple. At first glance, it appears to be a massive stone chariot frozen in time. But when you study it closely, it becomes something much more complex. The temple is designed as a giant cosmic chariot dedicated to the sun. It is pulled by 7 horses, representing movement, time, and energy. It contains 12 massive wheels carved into stone, each one representing a month of the year. But these wheels are not just symbolic decoration. They function as time measurement instruments. The shadows created by sunlight interacting with these wheels act like ancient sundials. This means the temple itself was designed as a giant astronomical calculator, a structure that interacts with sunlight to measure time. The entire monument is aligned with the movement of the sun in a way that reflects advanced understanding of solar cycles and celestial motion. Now think about this carefully. How did ancient builders understand astronomy so precisely? How did they calculate solar angles, seasonal shifts, and time measurement systems without telescopes or scientific instruments? How did they transform stone into a functioning astronomical device? Even today, researchers continue to study the Konark Sun Temple. And while many theories exist, no single explanation fully captures its complexity. There is still something about it that feels ahead of its time, something we're still trying to decode. Now we travel to the western coast of India, where one of the most shocking underwater discoveries in modern history was made. Dwarka. Ancient Indian scriptures describe Dwarka as a grand and highly advanced city associated with Lord Krishna. For centuries, it was considered mythology, a story passed through generations, a symbolic place that many believed never existed in reality. But underwater archaeology revealed something unexpected. Deep beneath the Arabian Sea, structures were discovered that appear to be man-made. Stone walls, pillars, road-like formations, and organized layouts that resemble urban planning. These are not natural rock formations. They show signs of construction, design, and structured civilization. Which means one thing. There was once a city here, a real city, now submerged underwater. But the biggest mystery is not just its existence. The biggest mystery is its disappearance. How does an entire city end up under the ocean? Was it due to rising sea levels? A massive earthquake? A natural disaster? Or something even more ancient and unknown that we have not yet fully understood? Even today, researchers continue to study Varka, but no explanation fully answers all the questions. The city remains a mystery buried beneath the sea. Now we move to Maharashtra, where one of the greatest architectural achievements in human history stands inside the Ellora Caves. The Kailasa Temple. This is not just a temple. It is an engineering miracle carved directly out of a mountain. And here's the part that makes it almost unbelievable. It was not built by stacking stones. It was carved from the top of a single mountain downward. Imagine starting from the top of a rock formation and slowly carving downward until an entire temple emerges from the mountain itself. That is exactly what was done here. The Kailasa Temple is a monolithic structure, meaning it is carved from one single piece of rock. No joints, no assembled blocks, just one continuous carved structure. Inside it, you find massive pillars, detailed sculptures, courtyards, halls, and multi-level architectural designs. Every inch of it is carefully shaped. Every angle is intentional. Every structure is balanced with precision. Experts estimate that millions of tons of rock were removed to create this temple. Now think about the difficulty. One wrong cut, one mistake in carving, and the entire structure could collapse or be ruined forever. Yet somehow, it was completed successfully, and it still stands today in remarkable condition. Even with modern technology, recreating something like this would be a massive engineering challenge requiring advanced planning and precision machinery. Which leads to a very important question. How did ancient builders achieve such perfection using only basic tools? What level of knowledge and skill was required to design something so complex in solid rock? Finally, we come to another wonder hidden in Maharashtra, the Ajanta Caves. Inside these caves lie some of the oldest and most detailed paintings in human history. These artworks are more than 2,000 years old, yet they still show incredible depth, color, and emotional expression. The paintings depict scenes from ancient life, spiritual stories, and human emotions with extraordinary realism. What makes them mysterious is the artistic technique used to create them. These paintings were made inside dark caves. There was no natural light. Artists worked with limited illumination, often using oil lamps. Despite these conditions, they managed to create images with depth, perspective, and realistic human expressions. The use of shading, proportion, and composition shows an advanced understanding of visual storytelling. Some pigments used in these paintings are still not fully identified by modern science, which means we still do not completely understand how these colors were made or preserved for over 2,000 years. This raises another question. How did ancient artists develop such advanced techniques without formal training in perspective or modern artistic methods? When we look at all these places together, something starts to become clear. A pattern begins to emerge. Massive stone structures carved with impossible precision. Entire cities submerged under oceans. Temples aligned with astronomical movements. Ancient paintings with advanced artistic depth. Engineering and design that challenge modern understanding. Individually, these are mysteries, but together, they form something much larger. A possibility that ancient civilizations may have possessed knowledge far more advanced than we currently believe. History often describes ancient humans as primitive, limited, and undeveloped. But these structures tell a different story. A story of intelligence, mathematics, architecture, astronomy, and planning that feels far ahead of its time. So the real question is not just how these places were built. The real question is what else remains undiscovered. Because if these impossible structures already exist in plain sight, hidden in stone, water, and history, then there may be even greater secrets still waiting to be revealed. Maybe history is not fully complete. Maybe we are only reading a small part of a much larger story. And maybe, just maybe, the ancient world was far more advanced than we ever imagined.